Good morning. My camera's a little off. How is everyone?
Good.
Good. Debbie, Karen, Adrian, my early birds that get the worm. Are you guys having a good week?
It's an okay week.
Oh, it's an okay week.
Yeah.
Why is that, Karen?
Oh, because I went and met with somebody yesterday and they took too much of my time. I enjoyed meeting with them. It was just a longtime friend, but then my daughter was late. Then I had to go pick her up. And then I got nothing done that I really wanted to get done. So do y'all ever have that struggle?
Yes.
Yes. And I have a client stuck in Mexico for COVID. We were supposed to close today.
Oh my gosh.
Like 2-week quarantine?
They can't send.
Nope, because he can't be face to face. So he can't go to the consulate and get power of attorney to his parents. I don't know if it's the title company or the lender. They can't do that remote online closing notary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we tried everything. So the seller is being a jerk, which I guess I don't blame him. And so we're going to have to figure out a way to send some additional earnest money today.
Wow.
That sucks.
Wow. Yep, those are one of those crazy things we're probably going to see happen. I mean, I'm surprised we haven't heard more of those situations.
Right. So, and I even sent he sent me the 2 forms that said he had positive tested for COVID. And he has to be there 8 days or from the first sign. So really the first test. He can't get back. He can't do another test until Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Yikes. Debbie has someone stuck in with COVID in Mexico that was supposed to close today. So say a little prayer for that situation. She's been rolling with the punches lately. Karen shared, feeling like you did everything else but what you're supposed to get done. And I definitely had one of those days that I let myself get derailed too. But, sometimes it happens. And then Monday comes around and it's a new week. And let's look at real fast. Let's kick off the little meeting because we've got some people in here that have been sharing in the Excel or in the new Canva link. So I'm going to share the screen right here, and we're just going to go through these pretty quickly. It might remind you to put your numbers in. July is officially over. Sorry about that. I am overcoming a sinus infection at the moment. So July's over, so you should be able to have your numbers in for that. Go ahead and August's little column would be the one where we would put the win for last month, focus for this month, as well as, So everybody has those 2 pages for your first half of the year, the second half of the year. And let's see, Debbie put hers in. Oops, I think I skipped some that had put theirs in. Adrian hasn't put in July, but she put in the first half of the month. I think Karen's putting hers in now. Debbie Godfrey is rocking and rolling. She put in her whole first half of the year. I love it. Your win for last month had 1 closing and 3 buyers under contract. Somehow you're still making it all happen. I love it. And then focus on this month is calls and social media. And I'm going to go in here and tweak a little bit. And then you've got your intentional conversations, 57, 60 handwritten notes. That means you met the challenge last month. The challenge was to do 60 handwritten notes. You did 20 pop buys, 4 face-to-face, 2 listing buying appointments, 1 referral received, and 1 transaction closed. Good job on your tracking, Debbie. Gina Talkington's not here. Jamie, Jennifer, I know she's got some numbers in here. 69 intentional conversations, 64 handwritten notes. She did that challenge early on in the month. Got a golden star from me. 12 pop buys, 10 face-to-face, 3 community events, 4 listing buying appointments, 3 referrals received, and 3 transactions closed. Congratulations. Some good numbers there. Clap, 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 clap. Melanie, I know C's on. And so I know this was a new thing we launched not too long ago. So I'm glad some of you are getting into the groove of it. If you want to participate, go ahead and grab the link. This is going to be, it is a link in the email every single week for special. I called it the Canva template for regulars. That's you guys. So here's the link. One more time, link to Canva in the chat, just in case you want to do this while we are in here. You can jump in there and put your numbers in. We can also just go around and share. Let's see, I'm going to move this over here real fast. You guys want to share your win the week? How are you guys doing? This is the first week of the month. So how did you feel about last week when you guys were finishing out? Link to engage. There's Menti's link for this week. And I don't know if you guys noticed that that email I sent at the last meeting. I actually combined all of the slides from the entire month of July from you guys sharing, and I put that in that email. So it's something fun if you do ever want to go back, save those in a folder on your computer and be able to see kind of what you know what you put down, even if you didn't put your name. And so it's kind of nice to be able to see what you said you were going to focus on and different things like that. So it is cool that we have all that and we can combine it and save it at the end of the month and keep those focuses and maybe pull them back up and maybe focus on them again. Go ahead and share those numbers on what you guys, how you guys feel like last week went. Did you win the week? 7's a solid number. Let me think. I'm going to close my eyes. For some reason, 5's coming to my brain. Sometimes I feel like a fortune teller when I think about my number, when I rate myself. So I'm like, is that really my number? But it usually is, because last week felt a little all over the place. I want to blame it on a vacation, but I don't think I went anywhere last week. But that's not good, is it? So I guess I'll have to get better this week, because I actually am going on a vacation on Friday. I leave for Vegas. So I'm in focus mode this week. Knocking some things off my to-do list. Nothing like a bad week to motivate you for the next week, right? Yep, thank you, Rachel. Get better soon. And then you guys can put who's here this week. And then also, if we just want to go ahead and type in your wins from the last month, we can. I'm going to go ahead and. You guys want to unmute yourself and share, I can put them in there. If you guys don't want to use it, that's fine. So I'm going to put my 5 for that, submit. Next question. Oh, good. The next question's not open for voting. Typical, Gina, real typical. Control C. Voting's closed. I did not close this. Okay, you guys can start unmuting yourself. Today's a quick meeting. We're just sharing our win from last month to celebrate with each other. And then I freaking thought I opened all these.
Okay, I'm off mute, and I will have to admit that I did not track everything, Gina, but I have a couple of things tracked. And look, your binder is right here.
I mean, as long as you have a journal, I mean, you're a winner in my book.
Yeah, so I'm transitioning to my back cave. You're in my dining room right now, and I just went under contract for myself as a principal for a 2-year lease on a shop with an office, and we paid off our personal home. And so now I have my super secret bat cave.
So wait a second, you're listing a lot of wins. You paid off your home? Is that what I just heard?
Mhm.
Rebecca, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
45 years old. Yay. Dave Ramsey and my husband, and all the good things. And so
That's incredible. Like, I'm in shock right now. You paid off your house, and more importantly, your journal was ready. That's what you started off with. But
Yeah.
your house is paid off.
it's because of the journal that paid off the house.
Tell Dave Ramsey. So, and I was gonna ask before you said it, but you guys have been doing, is there something specific, Dave Ramsey, or is it just that envelope system we all know about?
Okay, so the envelope system, I will have to say I'm not super great at that right now. I used to be really good and always carry around my envelopes, and then I didn't get great at it. But paying extra on the mortgage and paying off, we do have a credit card that we do use. We didn't follow the plan exactly. But no new debt, like all of his cars and all of that, we've paid for outright. And so the Bat Cave is also going to be storing his car collection. And this gives me a write-off for the business. And so because with the house being paid off, I'm like, can't write off my home office anymore. So we're in transition. I've got boxes all around me and waiting for the painters, but it's super awesome. It's 1,200 square feet. We could fit 3 cars in there easily. We're thinking about the 4th. I mean, we've had some challenges. Like last week, my daughter backed into my next door neighbor's truck and, damaged a car again. And so we're just like, 3rd one in, very short amount of time.
You're building a big basic, you're calling it a bat cave, a garage.
So it's in a warehouse. It's not something that we purchased, we're renting. And so it's got many businesses around it.
Oh, okay.
And they have a dedicated office inside.
Oh,
So
cool. The
garage is for the vehicles and the storage, my staging items, all the things that have been cluttering up my garage for years. And then my bat cave is getting away from it all because I'm not going to have customers meet me there. I have an office for that, an office that's nice. But this one is going to get the extras out of the house. And then I can put on my wall, my goal boards and, things like that I'm visual, I need to see and not feel like they're on display to everybody.
Love that. Well, congratulations, Rebecca. I put that in there for your last month. We'll come back around for your focus for this month. I'm going to call names to get these on here. Karen, what was your win from last month?
My win from last month is my small cake event. And so it turned out to be really, really good. Good for me, I think good for people. And she agreed to allow me to send a coupon. So I get to send a follow-up coupon to all my neighbors and all my clients to try to build her business too. So it's sort of a win.
And that place was called Small Cakes?
Uh-huh. Small Cakes in Keller.
Very nice. And so, and as somebody that has been slowly building your business, or not, I shouldn't have said slowly. I'm just saying
it is slowly
building your business and doing these events, you get them on the calendar, you knock them out. Are they getting easier for you to do?
It is like this. I actually used even though I say it was just a small cakes event, it's just an event. I actually worked really hard to send out invitations through command and to not have to respond to people. So it was mostly automated once I created the invitation and that they could respond, and I created a form so that it would RSVP into the form because I really had to know how many people were coming to this one. And so she would make enough food, otherwise there wouldn't be enough food. So it was actually really huge. And then now I really like doing the events because to me it's just fun. It's more it's easy for me to give back like this.
Mhm.
So I have like 2 more for the year in my head scheduled, and I'll hopefully get those done.
Nice. Very good,
So-
Karen. I'm glad you like events, and if that's something you like doing and you have these small little ones throughout the year, I think that's a fun way to build your business. So good job. Debbie Godfrey, what was your win from last month?
I guess I had a closing and 3 buyers under contract.
Sorry, closing. I know why there's an echo. I moved my microphone to mess with you guys. Do that and see if it's better. So 1 closing and 3 buyers, and you would have had 1, and then you're waiting on your buyer. Everyone say a prayer for Debbie. She shared she has a client stuck in Mexico with COVID that was supposed to close today. So
And don't be scared for him. He's fine.
Well,
He's
no,
just
no.
he's on a floor with a security guard making sure he doesn't go anywhere.
There's a special
You're
floor for these
kidding.
people.
Why does he have a security guard?
They don't
The
like
floor
them.
is designated for COVID people, and the whole floor has a security guard.
That's crazy.
Can they just not stay home?
No. He's in. Yeah, like they're
He's
making
in Mexico in a resort.
Oh, okay.
so you can't leave your room when you get COVID or you test positive. So I
But
got to
that's
tell you,
okay. He's going to be fine. We're going to close, and I'll have 3 closings in August.
it's all going to be good. It's all
Oh,
going to be
good.
good. The seller is totally going to understand that we're still dealing with COVID situation.
Yeah, he's kind of jerky, but that's okay.
Oh, lovely. Jennifer, what is your win from last month?
I did 3 events and got a lot of new people in my database.
Nice. 3 events. What just happened? And you did all your note cards, more than your note card goal. You added people to database, and you won the challenge. And I'm saying you won the challenge because anybody that finishes the challenge first is the winner, is the new rules.
Thanks
All
for the
right.
card, by the way. That was nice of you.
Yes, she got us. I mean, guys, she got a free Sonic drink on me with some golden stars in the envelope. Okay. So you too can get a free Sonic drink if you finish the challenge first. And we'll talk a little bit about the challenge in a minute. Melanie, so glad you're here. What was your win from last month? You celebrated. I like that. I ask you guys and then I tell you your wins. Melanie, you celebrated 31 years of marriage.
Yeah, we went away last week, so we had a great time celebrating. But
Good job.
yeah, I finally got rid of that echo. I realized I was on here twice, so that was the problem.
Oh, I thought I was the problem. That's good to know.
I think basically my wins, I guess I would say, is I did get 2 referrals, and then I had more face-to-face than I've had probably ever had 11. So that was a big deal for me. But
Good
and
job.
I don't know if you count like contracts and stuff, but I did get my big 50-acre under contract, or listed and under contract. It was under contract in 4 days. But yeah, so that was a big deal. So thankful for that.
Good job. Adrian, are you there? Rachel, are you there? Do you want to share your win for last month?
Yeah, I'm here. I had an FHA buyer go under contract. It's like a unicorn of a house. It was a short sale we happened to stumble upon in a golf course neighborhood. It was nicer than anything they thought they would get. It was just perfect. And we close on it next week.
Wow, that is an accomplishment.
To go out of town.
Good job. That's amazing. What can I ask? What price point because you said golf course. What price point was the FHA buy?
It was 340.
340. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was over in North Richland Hills, the Iron Horse Golf Course area over there, which is very close to the area where they work and do a lot of community service stuff. So it was just perfect.
Nice. Very, very good job. Well, that's always hopeful to hear, isn't it, everyone? Kind of like FHA in the 300s, North Richland Hills. It's possible.
Yeah.
Wishing her all the good luck to make sure that one goes through. Rachel, are you there with the dog on the couch?
I am not on the couch, but I'm with the dog, and poor baby, we think he has an ear infection. So I'm going back and forth getting him into the vet. So I'm here. I'm doing multiple different things. And it exited out of the Zoom. So now I can't click on the Menti link because the chat goes away. But y'all are doing amazing. I'm listening.
What was your win for last month? That you got a dog? I think
no, that was the worst thing that happened to me. I'm kidding. I love him. It's crazy. I feel like it's having a child.
Yeah. Have you taken a dog to the vet before? Has Steve taken a dog to the vet?
Nope.
I need to talk to you about my Banfield plan that I tell everybody.
Okay. So I kind of remember that. We'll have to talk about it. But my win last month, I got close to 60 note cards.
Close to not cutting it.
I think I did 50 something. Thanks, Sheena. But it's been super successful. I feel like I've had more events in person, and it's been best month after best month. So last month was my best month yet too. So
good job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let me find my voting again. I have too many screens up like a mad woman over here.
Y'all seriously are doing so great though. I love it. Melanie had another win too.
Oh, Melanie?
No, it's okay. Just personal. We were chatting.
Well,
I just love it. I'm happy for everyone. Killing it.
All right, guys. What are we going to focus on for this month? We talked about, I'm going to the next one just real quick, because if you were on one of our past discussions when we were talking about the last week of the month was talk about it, working by referral strategies. And we all were talking about these different ideas, and the majority of the group liked this idea the best, this think of me idea. And so I think we all were kind of agreed to do that as the challenge this month. And what that meant was, at the time, if my memory serves me correctly, is reaching out, whether it's up to you how you want to do this. We were talking in some of us were talking in note cards and almost doing a series of note cards with certain people doing thought of you when I saw this, thinking of you, and doing like 2 thinking of you note cards and then a think of me note card. So we were kind of talking about that. Ask value, ask for the business. So it's thinking of you, think of me, and then asking for the business. Because we were saying that's one way that we can say, hey, I want your referrals, right? Think of me. So now if you don't want to do a whole series, just doing a big push of note cards that are think of me note cards. Think of me if you know somebody wanting to move out to the country. Think of me if you have someone having a baby. Think of me, and just, writing those note cards to certain people in your sphere and having that be the theme this month when you reach out to people. That could also be a text message to people. Hey, halfway point in the year, I know you heard real estate agents are busy, but please think of me if you know anyone thinking about buying or selling, have mentioned it in conversation casually. I want you to think of me and send them my contact information. Maybe make it sound a little better than that. But so what do you guys think about that challenge? Does that make sense? And Karen, Debbie, and Jennifer, I know we're on that call. So
My only question is how are we gonna win?
Oh,
Oh,
They're
competitive.
doing it.
all right. Somebody wants that Sonic drink.
I don't care about a Sonic drink. I just need to know how do I track it? Like for every text message I send that says think of me, I get one, but what's my goal?
Okay, so let's do this. Honor system for sure on this one, but what if it was, because I think you could do this any different way, and maybe that's part of whether you want to put it in a note card. So a note would count, right? Just like, or I say a text message when they respond back to you, when we do our intentional conversations, if they respond, that counts, right? So calls, notes, and then what about a think of me pop by? So like if we did this theme and you mentioned think of me and someone responds in a conversation, you do the note card or you do a pop by, think of me. So that's what counts. And then the goal should be what? What would be a challenge? Because we're combining our calls, notes, and pop bys. Should we do 60 again and make it, or do more?
Well, I got a question, just because one of the things that I'm working on is thinking of you to send the coupon, and it's actually like marketing for small cakes. I'm hoping it's going to end up really cute, but there's also going to be a QR code on the back to go to a landing page to get a home valuation. So it's marketing for me, it's marketing for them. But it is like, I'm going to send it, I'm going to deliver it to the neighbors, but with a sticker that says thinking of you, the little round sticker, just close it. And then I'm going to send it to my clients too, as thinking of you. So it's something of value that I can give to them because it's a coupon to go to small cakes. And then it also, if they want a QR code. So can I count that or can I not count that?
I would count that as a note card. I mean, does everyone kind of like, she's doing a more of a mailer type thing with that QR code, but I think it's part of that thinking of you value.
Yeah.
Kind of like a mailer, but if you send that out, guys, this is for you guys. So I think any additional, any purposeful anything is better than nothing. Do we want the number to be like something crazy like 100? If we're adding up notes, calls.
Jennifer, let us hear from you.
Come
What do you
on.
think?
100.
I mean, we are saying this is a challenge, and it's not in addition to your other action steps. This is like kind of adds up all your action steps.
I'm just going to go right out there and say I'm going to be at the bottom and probably 0 on this, but I'm going to try.
Okay,
and I want to tell you, I had three conversations in the last week or week and a half. And one person that I met in person with, and they all reached out to me because of my monthly newsletter.
Boom.
And one of them, I met at an open house like 2 years ago and stayed in touch with them. And so buyer's rep for them. Another one I met at an open house. They were my first client's cousin and listing a house for them in the next couple of weeks or so. And then the third one did tax protest for them on the mailer, went out and did a pop by. She called me up. Actually, his phone number came up on my phone. I'm like, oh, hey, so-and-so. And she's like, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Is this his wife's name? And she said, yes. And I'm like, how are you? And she's like, terrible. He just committed suicide. And so she called me up. What do I need to do to fix up my house? And I'm like, you need to stay, like she's fixing it up. She's doing this. And we're talking about, carpet, painting, floor replacement, this kind of stuff. But she called me. Wow. And I was just like, wow.
Those are, I mean, Rebecca, this is your testimony of you have been very, faithful in doing your steps, even though sometimes I know
I
you
don't
feel
track them, but I do them.
you do them, and you're planting all those seeds, and they're coming, and you're touching people's lives, and that's some big heavy stuff that they're reaching out to you about. So I think that's really, really awesome. But I think you also brought up another, the mailers. You're saying the mailers work. A lot of people are in Buffini. So a lot of those mailers, I don't know what the theme is this month, but that's a great one to call around and say, hey, thought of you because this topic made me think of you. What is it, Debbie? You're on mute. Hold on a second.
Okay, it's communicating with style and what's your working style.
Love that.
So it talks about aesthetic, pragmatic, motivator, and facilitator.
Oh, that's the Buffini Heritage profile. Ooh, I love that a lot. We should talk about that in our
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, but it has good stuff, and then
that's a good one.
Debbie, will you send me a picture of that? I want to see it. Pretty please. I love that.
okay. Oh, and the note cards are beautiful. Like Rebecca, put that back up.
It's sunflowers. I just saw
Yes.
Yeah, the
beautiful.
sunflowers with a beautiful saying. It says, "The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away."
Love it. All right. Well, that's a really good month of note cards. And I think you just have a theme of thinking of you, thinking of you, think of me. And if you can you'll know if you've done 100 that you've either said it in a text, said it in a mailer, follow up, said it in a note card, or gave someone an item of value that was thinking of you, right? Which would be kind of like a pop by. Does that make sense? Do you think that's enough guidelines? And the goal is 100. And then we said, check in. We'll check in next week, but we'll also check in week 3, see who's completed it or how much you got to go. Sound good? Does this kind of cover, I think, maybe the focus? Anybody else have the focus for this month that they need to knock out?
Yeah, I think that's a focus. That works.
I think that's a lot of focus we wrapped our brains around, huh?
Yeah.
All right, I like it. All right, guys. And this month's podcast is The Power of a Mind Made Up, because why not? We talk about this one all the time. I think this would be a good time to listen to it as we're really focusing in and ramping up all these things that we're trying to just be even more purposeful for the second half of the year. I think we're doing a great job. We've said the goal is to kind of bring our A games to these meetings for the rest of the year, show up on time, all in and ready to be held accountable. So no more, we want to sharpen each other and help each other out in that little bit of competitive way. I hope you guys are getting into that. I think you are, so that's fun. But this is a great podcast to listen to again, and kind of share your thoughts, maybe make it a refresher. If you listen to it in the iPhone podcast version, I don't know about Spotify, but you can speed it up, which is nice if you've already listened to it once before, just to get some little nuggets real fast. So I'm excited. I'm going to listen to that one again because I talk about it all the time and I love it. Because this month's theme is actually focus and prioritize. At the midpoint of the year, I think we are doing a good job of being dialed in. For those of you that have missed the last couple of meetings, we have kind of revamped it. You guys saw the little Excel or the Canva template, track your action totals. We'll touch on them each meeting at the beginning so that you can kind of remember what you got to do, putting in your numbers every single week. And then at the end of the month, we'll have all of our numbers, which will be good. Next week is what's next week? Your Best Year Mastermind. We'll have our mastermind discussion around this podcast, or just showing up and answering some questions And I even like the idea, Debbie, we may even touch on those of you that have the Buffini mailer, go ahead and take a look at that. And maybe we can touch on that a little bit too, review that with the group, because the styles on there, the learning styles on there are pretty interesting. And we can usually divide everybody up into quick little categories of it. Most people fall into the pragmatic and the aesthetic learning style, or someplace in between. So that's a fun one. And then just so you guys know, we do have real estate issues with death and divorce. I remember some of you guys saying that you had a lot of divorced people last year. And so that's always a good one to brush up on those little tidbits. Contract update, if you need any contract CE, farm and ranch. So I'm doing some classes we don't normally do. And then that last 2 parts of the webinar series, that new build webinar series, super excited for that. And then at the end of the month, I'll be teaching again the fall pop buys. Send me your ideas so I can start getting my head into the pop buy game. And I'll make those pop buys. Any pop buys you've had in mind or seen, send me a text and I'll start working on those, and invite people to the Working by Referral class if they are interested in getting plugged in that way. It's a good class for new agents. Anything else, guys? Quick, fast, and in a hurry. We're doing all the things that we should be doing. Use the second half of class to do any kind of wrap your mind maybe around the challenge on what you guys want to do for the thinking of you, think of me. Maybe it's in a note card. Don't overthink it. Just do your note cards, right? Write in there, think of me, and you can count that. Or send a text message to everybody that you know, and just kind of doing that I think this is a good time of year too. It's like a mid-year check-in, right? People are about to go back to school. Memphis is out of the house. Teachers went back in HEB already, which is crazy. Gina Talkington, how are you doing? Calling you out. You want to share your win from last month for us?
Last month I had my house that I thought was never going to actually close finally did. I feel like I sold it 4 times, but it finally closed once.
Golden card one.
Yes. So I think that was my win for the month. I didn't do my pop buys, so I'm kind of not necessarily, I'm not making excuses, but I did order my postcards to do my pop buys, and when Canva sent them, the lettering was all off, like it was on top of each other, so then I had to have them resend them. So then it kind of put me.
Well, that's good to know. Have you ordered from Canva before? I've never used their.
No, it was my first time. But they were real, and I guess I'm glad, because I have a friend of mine that I always like, I feel like I should owe her like lunch or something, because she's my, like, I send it to her, I'm like, hey, what do you think? And then I'm like, and she's that person for me. And I had it on the preview screen, like right before you finalize it. And I sent her the picture and I said, what do you think? She's like, I really like it. So because I did that, I actually had proof of what it was supposed to look like.
Good.
Because then when I got it in, I was like, there's no way I would have missed this. Like, I'm too like cheap to not like allow this to be. And then I looked, and on the preview, it showed it the same way I got the cards. So that really kind of frustrated me. I was like, how could I have possibly missed that? And so then I remembered I had texted Elizabeth. And so I sent them, this is what it's supposed to be. This is what it came. And so, I mean, they were really nice, and they fixed it, but it just kind of put me behind
I saw a couple other people nodding their head like they've used Canva before. I'm guessing good experiences. Debbie, Rebecca, Jennifer. Well, that's good. At least they fixed it quickly. I've never really asked anybody if they've printed from Canva, so that's good to know.
They print my move-in cards, change of address. They're really nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the customer service was nice. I was just kind of like, because it came wrong.
It's annoying. Jennifer, what do you got there? You got a Sonic?
Yeah, I had these made and printed with Canva, and they came in really nice. They're like high quality.
Mm-hmm.
They came in good. Yeah, so I was excited about your Sonic card, so I had these made, and then I'll just stick the cards on there with my business card. I already do it with coffee, but I can't keep sending people coffee.
Yeah.
I created a new card for so I did, and then I started on my next one that I want to do. I'm kind of excited. It's a little, in my mind, it's edgy because it says, has my stuff on the top and it says, just not your average agent.
Snot.
Truly snot. And then it'll, and yes. And then on the bottom, it like over on the corner, it's going to have space for a boogie wipe. And then
The child thing. Is this people with children know about these boogie wipes?
right. And then on the back of it, it has like
You
like
can always
3.
put a little Kleenex thing.
Yeah, Kleenex. I knew it had to be different because Gina was super excited about this idea. I'm like, it cannot be Kleenex. It was a boogie wipe. There it is.
And then on the back, I did 3 testimonies from this year from client reviews. And then on the bottom, it says sell, and then it has a QR code that takes you to the CMA, and then buy, which is a QR code that'll take you right to the website to search. And then the other one for if you want to do a lease with option to buy, it takes you to that website. So that way you can kind of so I'm excited about those in my not your average agent cards.
Those are some good ideas. And I mean, isn't it nice that QR codes are a totally normal thing now, that people understand how to use them? Because you're really doing a lot of those on there. And I think that's good. And I love that you also put your testimonies on there. I think that's a really good one. That might need to also be a challenge a month or one of the months coming up. We've got a lot of challenge ideas, but I think putting out testimonies is one that wouldn't be a bad idea, huh? Agreed.
Like that.
Yeah.
I'm all about gathering them, but I never remember to share them outside of Google and Facebook.
I have the data all someplace. I just need to go get it and have. So anyways.
Hey, Gina, would you mind sharing like a picture or something of what that looks like on the back, just so I can get an idea?
Yes, ma'am. I have it. Do you want me just how would I do that? Share it. I'm all. I was going to, when I got it all together, I was going to put it in our pop by group.
Yeah, go ahead and put it in the pop by group, or even also that Growing with Goals group. I don't post as much in there, but ideas like that would be fun. And we could be sharing more ideas like that in there, would be good, but whatever you feel comfortable with. Also, if you want to text it to me, and I'll text it to Karen, or I'll loop you guys in together.
Yeah.
Or Karen,
Okay.
message Gina, give her your contact information, make a new friend.
Gina, there you go.
There we go. All right. And then Rebecca, of course, always fast with the Google. I thought it was Rachel. All I saw was an R, but it was the boogie wipes on Google. That is cute. I mean, sometimes you've got to do those things that are just like, and boogie would also be cute. Why am I thinking Halloween? Boogeyman, boogie.
Oh, yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I got a bunch of them. It's like probably like 150, but it's just a little sample size. So it's just one.
Yeah,
so
no, it's perfect.
On there perfectly with those glue dots that I think are like the most ingenious thing ever. I don't know how I've not seen them sooner.
Yep. Scrapbooking. They have those are good, but also look for the scrapbooking squares that are square stickers for like photos, because that would work with those. And I think they're a little cheaper than the gooey ones.
I got them from the dollar store. So I got a pack of 36 for $1. And so when I first used them, I was like, holy smokes. And then I make a lot of like baskets. So, and I put cellophane around it to make it look fancy. Like for like my renters, I do like a movie basket for them. So I get it all from the dollar store, and then I cellophane it with ribbon. So it looks like it's a lot more like something than it is.
Oh yeah. Make it awesome.
I started using the glue dots on the bottom to like keep it nice and tight. I'm like, these are like phenomenal. I went back and bought like 20 packs of them.
Yeah, I didn't.
Like, what are you
I'm
doing?
gonna have to go buy those for the pop by class and share that idea. I might even have to steal the boogie wipe idea. But the glue dots are good to know that they have those there. I've never really seen them.
Yeah, I came by and somebody had told me about it and I saw them on a side cap. I'm like, oh, so I took it to try it. And then I went back and
always the side cap that gets me. Is the
yep,
thing
I was like,
we
my
did
husband's
what
like,
we did. Well, see, that's why I asked Gina what's on her mind, because she could share all those ideas with us. You know, she's showing up. We got to see what she's up to. So that was good. All right, guys, well, go enjoy the rest of your week. Next week is our mastermind discussion. So I think we'll have a lot of good stuff to talk about then, focusing on the right things. Your door open. I was ready to see a little head crawl in. All right, guys, have a good week. Let us know if you need anything at all. Good job.
bye, ladies. Thank you.